People are going to share some of their experience with you that will be very hard to hear. It's taken a great deal of courage to stand up and speak, or to make a film about their experience. People have never done anything like this before, and a lot of time and thought has gone into what and how to share. Sharing the harsh reality of trying to survive in challenging times, but all hoping to be part of a different way of living and working together.
I met my husband at 16 and I had 2 children. During this time, my life was tipped upside down. My ex-partner was a woman beater. We may say them words lightly, and at a time I myself can become dehumanised to my own story, just like many of us in our professional jobs.
You see, I didn't realise, but I needed a breakdown to have a breakthrough. And that is what this system needs. The healing and recovery is filthy, and honestly, not everyone likes it. But that's changed what's needed. So I come here today as Charlotte Hartley, school advisor, mum of 5, ex-addict, with a renewed heart, mind and spirit. And I pray on all of you, that you can look within and find that reflection time to change and be prepared to help our community. Thank you for listening.
I called the crisis team and they told me to go to A&E. So like a good girl, I did as I was told. I booked a taxi and I got myself to hospital. I was in dirty pyjamas and slippers, sobbing, and hadn't bathed in weeks. I was so distressed that I'd even forgot my glasses. I somehow stuttered to the receptionist that I was suicidal and was told to take a seat in the waiting room. A&E was bright, busy and noisy, so despite it being a freezing winter night, I waited outside on the pavement. Being freezing cold was still better than dealing with the chaos of the waiting room. Here was another chance missed to offer empathy and compassion that could have made all the difference. I waited outside for 6 hours, and when I was finally seen, I was told, well, there's not much we can do. There is a crisis house, but it's busy, it's noisy, you wouldn't like it there. Best you just go home, try and get some sleep.
The systems in place, the council, the schools, social services, often just do the bare minimum. It's all service level, and if you've lived it, you'll know how easy it is to fall through the cracks. You know how easy someone could turn to drugs, to crime, to anger, because we've seen it or you've felt it. What we need is more than policy. We need accountability. We need people who check in, not check boxes. We need real training in schools, real action from councils, and above all, we need to listen to children who are living it, because they know. I hope my story helped even one person look at this differently. I hope it reminds you that the systems we have aren't enough, and that every one of us has a part to play in doing better. We can't afford to fail any more children. Thank you.
People who do struggle, I feel like they just get, targeted as thinking it's an excuse to try and get themselves out of things, try and get themselves more attention.
I also had a conversation about how fruit can be really expensive. So I spoke to someone and they said that their school's prices are that a muffin or a cookie might be 85p, but a piece of fruit is £1.
Yeah.
And that seems crazy to me.
I think that's mostly because of profit. Just because, especially in stores and all that, you find that healthy stuff is more expensive.
To begin at the beginning? No, to begin at the end. The end of the chapter of my life I didn't want to close. Only a job, but it gave my life purpose, something I chose. To cling to like a mast on the storm, salt water to the bone. Within that employment I was never alone. Happiness, laughter, this was all true, but to leave wasn't my choice. And my wife still waits 1 year, she said, for her operation from the NHS. So she can go out in the sun and look at the sky. It doesn't mess with her head.
I'm I'm here to talk to you today about what £50 can buy you. Everything that I'm about to show you has an approximate or real value equal to or more than £50 for the average UK family.
Living life in the slow lane, spending more time in nature and travelling around the country in a narrow boat. You could say living the dream, right? Well, life is not always like it is on the TV. And for some, the boating lifestyle is a way of life. For others, it's the only affordable form of housing, particularly if they can't get on the property ladder, and for a few, it's a last resort before homelessness.
In 2017, I decided to go to the college and do art and design course. That was my escapism from a daily life. I just loved this. However, keeping a tidy desk and doing assignments on time wasn't my cup of tea. At the same year, I found out that I'm pregnant. When my boy John was born, I was diagnosed with fibromyalgia. So my work hours had to change from a full-time to only 10 hours a week. That put a big impact on my mental health and financial situation.
I still have problems that I need overcome. Unbelievable. 15 months ago, I was goalkeeper in Lancaster. Last year, I told my doctor, please take care of my physical condition. They listened to me and they did not.
What will happen to us once we tell our stories? What would you like to be known for? What are we going to do to address the issues presented here today? Thank you.